Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches Series 12 on to day 6. And today's sketch is by the lovely Maggie Crawley Manicure, I believe is how you say her name. It is a circular element with some fun little geometric shapes that you can put at the top. And her little note says it would be cute to pop them up. So I'm going to take that on by using this piece of pattern paper from the Happiness Collection from Coco Vanilla Studio. Yes, I know we're 3 days in a row with the same collection. I have one more layout left to do with it, and it will not be shared this month. So I'm pretty happy with my results on getting this one used up. But I'm going to go ahead, and you saw me fussy cut the inside of it. Then I'm going to gut it, kind of. You're gonna see this. You see on my crossed my fingers because I wasn't really sure what was gonna happen, but I want some of that heart pattern paper to be my border, and so I went for it, and it worked. It totally did work, except for the fact that when I place it back down to glue it down, I messed it up a little bit, so it's not a perfect square around the outside of the pattern paper. And it's a little bothersome. It bugs me a little bit. But for the most part, it was fine. And I rotated and fit back into place. It worked. It was cute. I'm happy with it. So if this is something that you also struggle with, is a pattern paper, and you're like, both sides are so pretty, but one of them is like a wreath, so it's not like you can cut it in half, I suggest maybe giving this a try. You could even cut your paper a little bit more too, so that you had maybe a double border, because that's one of the bingo boards, and that would work. Now, to go ahead and work with the elements of where you can see the hexagon shapes, I'm actually going to use some of these butterflies. And I'm going to cut a few of them and make those my elements for pop-up. I just thought it was really cute, and I didn't want to have to try to make a hexagon because I'm not great with geometric shapes, cutting them straightly and making them look even. So butterflies were my answer. The next part is, of course, finding the photo, the perfect choice for what I need to go into the little space. I am following the sketch pretty closely in the fact that I'm going to put my photo where you can see it in the sketch. It's just going to be a different orientation. So I'm going to come back live for a minute to talk about photos, and then we'll wrap this layout up. Okay, sorry it's shaking. Can we take a moment and talk about pictures? I know this is a little bit out of sync and a little random, but look at how different it takes, right? So adding in this photo of Nora gives it one vibe because it's a black and white photo, and it focuses in on the butterflies and all of that. The only thing that's colored in her little photo is the little red bow in the middle. It was a mini dress that she had when she was a toddler, which I just love. So that's one vibe, which I'm really liking, and I am leaning towards it, I think. But when you slide in this one, which was from Valentine's Day this year, and I feel like this is a good vibe as well, it's just so different though, right? Like, it's really pretty as well. I'm loving how the reds are there, but like it's not too much. Plus tucking this into the wreath like that covers the little outlet that I don't like. I don't know. I'm digging both of them, but they do give off very different vibes. I just wanted to kind of share that with you a little bit more in depth because I found it really interesting. But I do think that this one of my daughter is gonna be the winner. Do we tuck it even more? Sorry. Do we tuck it all so that it looks like this? No, we won't. We would tuck it in with just the one like that. I don't know, guys. I think that one's going to be the winner. So that's the one I'm going to use. But I did want to, like I said, come on live and just kind of share a little bit of my feelings on the different vibes it gives off. All right. So now that we've done that, I'm going to use a little bit of this darker navy blue for just a little pop of color under my photo. It's not much. It's really the only layering I'm going to do. For the bingo board aspect of today, I'm really only focusing in on fussy cutting. So I fussy cut, of course, around the wreath on the inside. and the butterflies. I'm also going to fussy cut out this word beautiful, but I double checked with the pre-made words to see if it had beautiful as well. It does. It also has you. So beautiful you is going to be my title. I just have to decide if I like it with the pre-made words or if I'm going to, after fussy cutting this out, that one, if I like the way it looks. I was a little leery with fussy cutting it out with this particular layout because the colors are so, like, it's just a lot of color, and I thought it would be really hard to read, which it is. So that's what it looks like all cut out, and it's pretty and it's a thing. I mean, you could make it work, but it wasn't, I'm going to say vibe again, I was going for, and I just switch it back to the pre-made one. It's fine. It actually fit really well, the perfect kind of sizing for where I wanted it to be with my title. Happy with that. I haven't looked at the sketch again since kind of getting the idea of the using the wreath and using butterflies in place of everything else. The rest of this is just me decorating and figuring it out on my own. I didn't really look at the sketch again. Something we talked about, I talk about this in lots of sketches. We've done lots of videos. We're on to 12 series now, so it's something I've said. But when it comes to sketches, you guys, there is no wrong way. You can use a sketch however you want. Maybe one element is what inspires you and you take that element and you run with it. Maybe you are going to follow it exactly, like almost to a T. That's fine. That's what they're made for. Maybe you take certain elements and make other ones yours, like I did with this one. There is no wrong way to use them. That's why we create them. It's to inspire you to create a layout. And if it's done that, no matter how, that part doesn't matter. As long as it's inspired you, it's a win. So just keep that in mind when you're using sketches. Don't feel like you have to follow it exactly, or like maybe you see a part that is like a circle and you didn't want a circle, you want it to be a different shape. Well, make it a different shape. Maybe seeing that with the idea of the popped up elements gave you a completely different idea, but it inspired that idea because you looked at the sketch. All of it works. So do your thing. I am going to put on some enamel dots, so technically I get to check that one off my bingo board as well. And florals too. Yeah, I did good. I should have also done a random animal because I did get that swan on there. I just like the color of it. I thought it was cute. And swans and butterflies, those work great. Then to finish this off, I decided to make it one of my Shadney Etsy design team layouts for this month. And so I'm going to just add some goodies. And I did do this part live, but this video is already super long, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to kind of show you how I thought about decorating it in a couple different ways and how it turns out in the end, because I took a lot of these examples. They didn't end up working. And as you can see in the first part, it would be the doilies like that. It really didn't work. So I did try them. I thought that they might, but it just wasn't. The largest one that I wanted to use was just a little too big for the area. I had already placed other things on it, and so I just decided that was not the right option. But it's all good. It was worth a shot. Now, next up, I'm going to try some butterflies. These are wood veneer butterflies. They're little bitty ones that are super cute. They do stay on the layout. I liked how they looked, and adding a pop of wood veneer into, it's nice to have that sometimes, especially when it's a big, bold layout like this one with all those colors. That little wood grain color, wood veneer color, it just works really well. So I'm not going to paint them or anything. I tend to leave my wood veneer unpainted because that's the way I like them, and that's kind of my thing. I do talk about stars because stars, of course, are on the bingo board, so I'm going to place those on there and kind of show you what they would look like on. That was not the vibe I was going for, so they're not going to work for me today, but they are a good option. And these acrylic ones from Shadney Shop are awesome. I love them. They come in different packages of colors, so you can have like a more muted one. This one, the collection works really well with Coco Vanilla Studio, but they've got a brighter one, and there's a couple of options. So those are always really good options. And I'll leave all of these linked down below if you're interested in getting any of the things that you see flying by the screen. I know it's going pretty fast, but like I said, I had done it live, so it's kind of long. But I'm going to finish it off. My finishing touches here are actually these cute little resin roses. They're so pretty. And I just kind of scatter them around the wreath and then some sequins as well. And it's going to finish this one off. So very happy with how it turned out. I'm loving that I got this photo of Nora finally scrapbooked. Like, this has been one of those photos that has just been sitting there and I look at it all the time. But to me, it was quote unquote too pretty to use, and I didn't have the right papers and I didn't know what to do with it. And so it just sat there for years and years and years. And I'm glad to have it done. This photo was actually taken in the very first house that Sean and I lived in. So it's an old photo. I'm going to come back live so we can wrap this layout up and I'll show you what it looks like. Here's a look at my finished layout. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was fun to be able to play with this beautiful wreath paper and then focus in on fussy cutting today. So I fussy cut the inside of the circle and of course these beautiful butterflies to kind of give me that same idea as we can see in the sketch. And I'm all in all super happy with how it turned out. I used some Shadney goodies to finish it off with some embellishing. And yeah, I'll probably write my story right here about Nora and her cute little dress there. And this will go into her toddler album, which is really exciting. Make sure you check out the playlist down below. And I hope you're having fun watching this series. We're on today. This is day 6. So we are almost a weekend, which is awesome. And I will see you guys all tomorrow with day 7. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye, everyone.